Good afternoon, folks. My name is Whitehead. I am from the Commerce area. I have been involved in disaster relief for about 5 years with the Red Cross of North Georgia. I don't have a whole lot of experience with flooding per se, but I have on numerous occasions dealt with clients that have lost everything in structure fires. And the way we go in and handle that is we have a sheet here that I don't know if it won't work. Okay, but anyway, we have a set of rules and guidelines that we go through with our clients, and we ask certain questions of where they were, where the fire took place, the actual address and living quarters, address, street number, city, stuff like that, of where they were, where the fire took place. And during that interview, we ask whether or not the house is livable or non-livable, if they can go back into the house within a reasonable amount of time, or if they're going to be displaced for a couple of weeks to a month, or however long it is before they get the house done. That's some of the questions we ask. If they have a place to stay, then there's a certain protocol that we follow to handle that. If they don't, then we get valid ID, be it a utility bill, driver's license. Usually it's driver's license, but some form of ID so that we know that it's actually them and they're not under a fictitious name. Number of individuals in the household, usually anywhere from, well, I have 7 people on my sheet, but that can be modified. So we have a primary client who's usually the breadwinner for the family, the person that buys the groceries. That's the primary client. Date of birth for each of the family members, we have to have that so that we know. Not necessarily we provide clothes. We don't necessarily provide clothes, but we provide what's called a CAC card, or client acceptance card. And during the interview, there's certain questions that we go through and ask to see what their income is and what number of family is, the number of family members, and certain things like that, so that we can make accurate accounting for the money that is provided on the cards. Is through it's through businesses, and in some cases individuals that have donated money or items to the Red Cross. That's pretty much how we handle that. And then once the interview is done, then I get on the phone with a supervisor, and the information that I have taken down on a notepad, I give that information to a supervisor, who in turn takes that information, puts it into a cash account with a number and verification service, so that they can so that there's a record that Red Cross did actually come out and handle the situation There are some other there's some other information that we do, or there's things that there's services that we can provide. Health Services takes care of, Health Services takes care of things like prescription drugs that were lost in the fire or flooding. In this case, let's see, trying to think. If they had a breathing apparatus, say an oxygen machine or CPAP machine, something like that, that was damaged due to fire or flooding or anything like that, Red Cross, we get the client's permission to request referral service to those other groups so that they can come in and replace the things that were lost. Like I said, the prescription drugs, the CPAP machines, breathing apparatus. In certain occasions, we have replaced inhalers. Eyeglasses. Eyeglasses is a big thing. People have lost their eyeglasses due to structure fires and floods. Whatever they weren't able to get out with them, we give referral services to replace that. We can also, if it's a large enough situation like municipal flooding, where certain areas are flooded but other places are okay, we can provide sheltering, feeding. We work close with the EMAs to find out what areas are safe enough and have facilities available for us to bring in cots and blankets, so we can provide that to an extent, depending on how widespread the disaster is. But most of the stuff that I do is local handling of structure fires. I do know some friends that are in the Red Cross that have been deployed to other places. Because of my school and work schedule, I have not been able to deploy and go with them to get some of this other experience, but the experience that I have can and will work. The interviews and stuff like that can and will work for a given situation, like in this case, flooding or structure fires. We have been deployed as far as North Carolina and California before for the wildfires that have been happening out there. Recently, I haven't heard of anybody being deployed to Australia to help with that situation, but I'm sure if somebody from Australia called in and said they need our help, some of our worldwide Red Cross staff would deploy and go help. In fact, there may be some other organizations, other members of the Red Cross that have gone to Australia. I just don't know about that for sure. But anyway, that's pretty much my experience and the way we handle things as far as local stuff. And I'm here and available for the flooding incident that's happened, and I will be glad to help and do what I can in my circumstance. Thanks so much.